So guys, this week all I want to be showing you is where the money is. All right, so sit back and relax because I want to show you where the money is going to be piling up for next week. All right, so welcome once again to yet another video from the Let's Trade community. Do yourself a favor to smash the subscribe button and turn on post notifications. So let's get right into it. All right, the first pair we're going to be looking at today is the AUDUSD. From last week I called this trade a massive shot from this point to this point. You can refer to our old video, the video from last week, to see where I called this trade, and it has done exactly that. Right now, from the monthly perspective, I'm expecting price to do or to come into this zone. All right, why am I expecting price to come into this zone? Is simple. Look left. Price has tested here before, tested here before, tested here before, so it's only normal for price to come back into that zone. In fact, with this momentum that the market is coming down with, I expect price to come into this zone. Will we break it? I don't know until we get there, right? But one thing I know is we are coming to this zone. All right, so for next week, everything you should be looking for is forward selling opportunities. Even if you see a mini buy, guys, don't take it. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't take it. All right, because we are coming down. So if you see any temporal buy, because I like to call it temporal buy, wait for it to do what? Position itself for a sell and do what? Strike. All right, let's scale down to the daily time frame. Let's keep the weekly time frame. Let's scale down to the daily. As you can see, this is the target from the monthly time frame I just showed you. So you see we still have enough space to the downside. A lot of pips, I think close to 200 pips or so if I'm correct, or around 150 pips between this zone to this zone. So all we need to be looking for next week, all we are going to be looking for is for price to come to 4 hours. Let me show you what we are going to be looking for on the 4 hours time frame. Okay, this was where I called short last week. We printed a double top and we collapsed ever since. So don't be surprised if we get something like this for next week. Probably a kind of retracement to this zone. All right, this is somewhere you should watch out for. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame so that you can see clearly. Right, okay, it's even showing signs of reversal. This was what I was going to show you. This was the support, the minor resistance level I plotted. So don't be surprised if you see something like this for next week. Come back into this zone and do what? Shoot all the way to the downside. Okay, and we have lots of pips to the downside, lots of money to the downside if that happens. Okay, about 197 pips to the downside. All right, so that's my view on AUDUSD. I'm still fully bearish on AUDUSD. Let's go to gold, or because I want you to stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to skip gold. Gold is going to come last. I hope I don't forget. But gold is going to come last. Let's look at USD card. So on the Euro card, I don't want to go to the monthly time frame anymore. I want this video to be very, very short because I notice people like short videos. But if I scroll left, this resistance is on a major monthly level. All right, we may break above, but first of all, let's see what happens when we get into that zone. If you remember from last week, price was around here and I told you I was expecting a reversal, though I didn't take this trade. If you're in the Telegram group, you will know why I didn't take it is because we really didn't touch this support zone. So I wasted all these pips to the downside, but you know what, it's fine because I don't like to lose money in the market. But anyways, our call went up. We're bullish from last week and bullish was what we did. So I'm expecting price to come into this zone, but there's no much trade around here except if we get something like this next week. Hopefully we get it, then we might get some kind of trading opportunities, at least little trading opportunity to this. If we can retrace to this zone, then I'll be looking to buy towards this zone with our stop loss below around here, which is the swing low. All right, then take profit above there, which will be a good risk to reward ratio. Let's say this trade comes back to this zone and we place the trade with our stop loss here and our take profit here. At least we'll be having close to a 1 to 2% risk to reward ratio, which is still a good trade in my own style of trading anyway. So US dollar Canada, I'm bullish. Let's hope we get that retracement. Euro USD, as a matter of fact, is at an interesting zone. I don't know what to do with Euro USD at the moment, because if you check the monthly time frame, which I'm about to show you right now, you will see what I'm talking about. All right, here we are on the Euro USD monthly time frame. As you can see, if I zoom in, there was a kind of a reaction around this zone. Then let me come here. Then as you can see, price is back to that zone again. I don't know yeah, you can see price bounced off here before pushing price up. Then we came back into this zone, we broke below, came back. You can see some kind of reaction here. So it makes this zone an interesting zone because we are here. So we might break below. If we break below, then we keep trading to the downside. But I think I will be cautious around Euro USD this week. I might not be placing enough trade, except if we get some kind of a pullback. If we get some kind of a pullback, maybe into this zone I plotted before. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame. Now this is the 1 hour time frame. If you notice, I called this trade around here when I plotted this head and shoulder. I don't know what's wrong with my internet connection. Okay, as you can see, I plotted this head and shoulders, and price has been collapsing ever since. Okay, we stall here for a bit and we broke below. So except if we get a pullback into this zone or close to this zone, I might be looking forward selling opportunities. But this point where it's at from the monthly time frame perspective, I'll be very careful to just hit the sell button around here. All right, next one is NZDUSD. NZDUSD performed really well last week. We called it on this channel. You can go and look at our previous video to confirm. So what I'm seeing on NZDUSD, price is coming into this zone. It looks close on the monthly time frame, but there's still some good distance on the lower time frames, which we are going to look at in a bit. And I don't know, I'm seeing something like a head and shoulders pattern, but you know what, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get into this zone first, but let's go to the lower time frames to see if we have any trading opportunities on the NZDUSD. All right, so this is the lower time frame, and remember, this is the trend line from the monthly time frame. So you see we are very close. And if you remember, in last week's video I said I'll be expecting a reversal here then before market collapsed, but man, market really collapsed last week. So I hope to get some kind of a pullback so that we can trade into this zone. I don't expect this price to keep falling into the trend line. When we get to the trend line, we'll determine what happens, whether we'll break it or we'll reverse from there. But for now, let's look at the trend line as our potential target. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame, because this is going to be an interesting trade for next week. So since price paused around here for a bit, it seems like price paused around here for a bit. So what I'll be expecting here is like, I'll want to see a pullback. I'll actually want to see a pullback. If I get a pullback, I'm not hesitating. I'll pull the trigger. I'll definitely update on the Telegram group. But I would love to see a pullback. If I see a pullback into the zone and see bearish momentum, I'm taking this trade. Hopefully we'll catch some, maybe 1:2.5 on this trade. So NZDUSD, I'm bearish. So for GBPUSD also, this is the monthly time frame outlook. Dollar has really been dealing with GBPUSD. This is the lowest. I think if I zoom out, I think this is the lowest we've ever been at on this pair, and we are approaching that level again. So of course I'll be expecting some kind of reaction when price comes into this level, because all this up move you see here was triggered from this point. So of course we are returning back into that point. I'll be expecting some kind of a significant rejection. I can't see we might break below with the way USD is going, but at least this would be our initial target. Let's go to the lower time frames. Let's see if we can get any trading opportunities on the cable. GBPUSD is also known as the cable. Okay, for those that don't know, GBPUSD is also known as the cable. And but if you were here, if you watched this video from last week, you know I called this short. I called GBPUSD short from this zone, right? And we're approaching this zone. I don't even know what to say about this pair right now. Are we going to get some pullback next week? I hope so, so that we can do what? Look for trading opportunity. Maybe a pullback to around this zone here. Okay, that would be awesome. A pullback to around this zone, that would be awesome. So let's see what happens. Are we going to come into this zone like this? If we come, it will be so perfect to what trade. But if we don't come there, I don't think I'll be interested to sell from this zone. I won't. I'll be expecting to come to a pullback where market stopped for a bit to catch its breath. I'll be hoping for price to come back into that zone, then give me entry reasons. At least I can put my stop loss above here. All right, then I can ride this market all the way to the downside. All right, so GBPUSD, I'm still bearish. So let's look at EURJPY next. On EURJPY, for now, EURJPY has been jumping up and down. I want it to calm down first. I want it to calm down. I'm hoping to get some kind of a pullback. Maybe if we get a pullback into this zone, I might look for a sell because we are getting impulsive moves to the downside. All right, but if I don't get a pullback, I'm not just going to sell immediately. I'll still look for maybe any entry reasons, which of course I will update you guys on the Telegram channel. But for now, I don't know what EURJPY is doing. It looks like it's going down, but there's no any kind of formation. Maybe I'll look at this place as a possible area. Let me see what price does. Let me see if price is going to break below it, right? Then get some kind of pullback towards shoot to the downside. Okay, so you see that will break below here, retest and shoot down, or we go back here, get entry reasons to sell, then sell from there. Okay, so I'm looking at either a retest of this zone or a break and retest of this zone. All right, so yes guys, we are back to gold. Okay, gold is the one that has a clear direction. In fact, so I'm sorry, other pairs has clear directions also, but it's like they're approaching their final destination. But gold, we still have all this space to the downside to exploit, at least to this place initially. Remember, this is the monthly time frame. I like to look at price from the higher time frame perspective. So I'm looking at here, price has retested this trend line, so it makes this trend line an interesting tool. And what we've broken below the neckline, so which makes this a valid double top for me. All right, we might retest or we might keep shooting to the downside, but overall this is the long-term target of gold as it stands at this point. All right, so we have our double top, we have our neckline break. So what else are we looking at to exploit all this space to the downside? But guys, before I go down to the lower time frame to look for trading opportunities, please go and smash the subscribe button, like this video, share. You can also comment after this video if this video has been helpful to you. Okay, leave us some, encourage us, all right, so that we can keep making this kind of videos for you guys. Okay, so let's get back into it. Let's look at the lower time frames to see what trading opportunities gold is presenting us with. All right, let me zoom in nicely so that you guys can see. If you remember, I've been calling gold short. All right, so we consolidated significantly here last week. All right, as you can see, this is the 4-hour time frame. So we broke below, we consolidated here, and I plotted this trend line like this, capturing this zone actually, and we've been trading below the trend line. So we broke below nicely. And if I go to the 1-hour time frame, you see we've retested, though it's not the best kind of retest. All right, but we've kind of retested it. I took this trade, I opened 2 positions, I closed one at 5k. That's the screenshot on your screen. I closed this at 5k profit, then I left one to run. So I have one open position because I put my stop loss as far away as possible in case price wants to come back into this trend line. As you can see, if I zoom out, this trend line is coming from here. Okay, it's coming from here. Capture this. So gold might want to fake people out, you know, buyers might want to, the price might want to come into this zone like this, then before shooting to the downside. Or for now, I fancy this is my strong zone for now. But however, I'm expecting a retest here, which I think has happened, but in case we come back into it, another retest before shooting to the downside, or we might come into this trend line before shooting to the downside. But overall, gold, I am bearish. So you may want to join the Telegram group so that you can keep in touch with our day-to-day trading analysis, so that if anything changes, I can quickly update you in the group. The link is going to be down below. So with this, we've come to an end of the video. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video. Bye.